Welcome, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little tad bit late. 2 minutes. We're just waiting for everybody to start hopping in here. So in the meantime, just give me a few minutes. I'ma just mute and hop off video real quick. Okay, so it looks like I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Tanisha, you have your hands up?
Yeah,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I got a question. So I was going through the course, the DIY course, and I was trying to figure out like I don't have like no utility bill or like no rent or mortgage. So I'm trying to figure out what documentation, I mean, to show proof of address. And then like, for instance, my mom address is on my driver's license. I used to live with her, but now I relocated to a new address. So that address is still on my driver's license, and I got my mail transferred to the address that I'm at. So the mail that's coming still has that address on there where I'm staying, if I'm not mistaken. So I was just trying to figure out, do I need to get that address, my mail just back transferred to where it goes to my mom's address, and then try to show proof of address? Because like this is where I'm running into issues with the proof of address. I'm stressing out about this. Like, I don't know.
So who is requesting the proof of address? Like, what do you need it for?
Like to do credit repair. I'm trying to dispute some inquiries off my credit report.
So your current address is with your mom, but that's no
Right,
longer
and that's what's on my driver's license.
okay. So you're not able to obtain the letters from her if you happen to get mail sent there, so you're not able to get them?
Yeah, I can always go pick them up or have her meet me to get them. That's not a problem. But I was just saying I got it, the address transfer. You know how you get your mail transferred? So where they won't go to there, it will come to the address that you're staying to. That's what I did. So
To keep it simple, I honestly would leave the address for your mom's just at the time being when you're disputing for credit repair. And then once you're done with the process, then go ahead and just transfer over everything. That way they don't give you a hard time because they're gonna they're gonna keep denying those disputes and then they're gonna update
so
that.
basically I need to go ahead and transfer the mail back to that address.
Yes, to your mom's because that's the one that you have on file.
Okay. And then they're showing both addresses because like
Mhm.
one of the accounts I had got, like they still have both addresses. Like I'm the one that I'm staying at on my reports and my mom. So I'm like, okay, do I supposed to try to dispute one of these off, or do I keep them?
So yeah, I would say whatever one doesn't hold like negative accounts on. So that's my advice. Like
Because
if you
one
have
of them does. Because like I had a car and my grandma like was like a signed a guarantor, and like that's the address I'm staying at. So it's kind of like I guess that account is showing up or has her address because they reported to her credit report and mine. But
the
this
one
is
on
from
your
like
driver's
years
license.
ago, and it's a charge off. Like, but it's a closed account, huh?
Is that the address you currently have on your driver's license?
No, it's my mom's.
Yeah, that's the one that's reporting on your driver's license. It's your mom address.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely. And then two, it's not really a big deal. That's just like the rule of thumb. It's not gonna make or break your disputes because there's other ways to tackle this, you know? So don't get in your head about just the address. Like we'll leave it as that, leave everything like all the same. The address that's current
Okay.
driver's license, leave it as is. If they continue giving you a hard time when you're disputing for whatever reason, you can always create a PO box. And that way you can use that address and update it on your driver's license with the PO box. If it really comes down to that point, but I don't feel like it is, just leave it as is, point blank, period.
Okay, so just make sure I get the mail to send to my mom, so it on the mail it would state her address
Yep,
because
so
that's what's on my
so that way
driver's
it
license.
matches. So I would remove any other addresses that are listed.
Because or else if I don't, I would have to go get my ID updated and
Mhm.
put the address that yeah, and I don't want to do that. That's gonna probably take it.
Yes, correct. So that way you're able to see too, because the major part of disputing is getting the responses back to see how you can respond back to these credit reporting agencies. So that's major. You're gonna need that.
Okay. Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Reina. Thank you. Yes, especially since you still have access. Because I realized that a lot, I realized that in the school community that a lot of you guys don't have access to the address that's listed on your driver's license. And then once you get a response back, um, it takes longer than the 30 days for you guys to respond back to the credit reporting agencies. And it's going to be hard for you guys to get anything off like that because you have to be really prompt. Like as soon as you get that letter in the mail, you're going to want to respond to that specific letter they sent you. Like you don't want to say, oh my God, like I might have to send another FTC report. Like, did you read the letter? Because if they said, hey, Denise, we verified this account, we're not going to delete it due to we think that this dispute was made and block in error, because a lot of times that's what they say. That's when I would go ahead and create the dispute letter pertaining to what they said. And I would write to them, listen, I already sent in my disputes and my supporting documents along with my FTC report. This block, that request to block that information was not made in error. So you're responding back to what they're telling you. You're not just sending another identity theft report, because the purpose is for you guys to respond back to what they've originally responded to you. And that's how you're able to get results. Let's see. So welcome. I've seen some new faces in here in the live Q&A. So don't feel free, shy guys, because this is a live Q&A. So be sure to raise your hand if you want to unmute yourself, be on camera. Bless you. Feel free to ask your questions now, because this space, you guys are going to be able to get those questions answered right then and there. If you guys are currently dealing with a dispute, or if you're not sure about a disputing process, make sure that you ask, ask the community, ask me. Feel free. Hey Denise, can you clear up this? Okay. Hey Denise, can you clear up what instances you use FTC method for self and for others, if at all? So I use them. Oh, and then you do have Magic Eraser. Okay, cool. So it really depends on the route that you want to go for disputing. Because at the end of the day, like let's say you have multiple closed accounts, right? They're not open and they're closed, but they're reporting as derogatory, they're reporting as a closed account. I typically will dispute those as identity theft because they're just closed. There's closed accounts, there's nothing going on with that account, which means that I can go ahead and dispute it as identity theft, whether it's for myself or for others when it comes down to credit repair. Because a lot of the times they say that they verified the account, but the account is closed. So who are they going to verify that account with, So that's the route that I would go when it comes down to those closed accounts. I don't care about suing. I don't care for suing either, but that's the route that I typically take for any closed accounts that are reporting late payments. I do FTC report. That's the route that I go. I was wondering if you handle late payments for clients. Here you go. And how much? I have quite a lot of them looking for someone else to do them. So currently, and it's not showing your name. I'm sorry, it's reporting as iPhone. I currently don't work on any open accounts with late payments. That may be changing in the future. I just don't want to take on clients because that takes on a lot longer. It could take months for those. Those are very complicated to remove. So I'm currently learning a new method for those. That way, that once I do learn that process, I'm able to do that for my clients. But I'm not going to promise you something and then take you on and you still have those late payments. So respectfully, there's other ways that you could do them yourself. I'm not going to do it for you. Reina, thank you. Justin, woo. You okay? Okay. You're welcome, Justin. And then again, if you're within the school community, I'm not sure if you're in the Facebook or school, but we also go over late payments and how to remove them yourself. I personally tell consumers or clients or school community members that if you're trying to dispute multiple late payments, there is a way to go about that. You know, a lot of the times, I don't know if you follow Dom and Mikkel, but you're going to want to do the goodwill letter first. A lot of the times, you know, you may get a response saying, hey, listen, like, we can't do this for you, or you might not get a response at all. If you have so many, I would just get rid of the whole account altogether, delete the whole account and replace that age that you're deleting. Risk of getting, okay, Empress. Huh? No, just put it on like 450 to make them crispy. Okay, so Empress is asking, or is this a question? Risk of getting the entire account. Credit reporting agencies are so complicated in their process. Yes, Empress, for sure. Like, it is. That's why I'm saying, or when I say that you can dispute it, I wouldn't dispute late payments originally with the original creditor. They're a lot more complicated to get those late payments reversed than it is for the for the credit reporting agencies. You can definitely use 15 US code 1666B, which is timing of payments, where they're required to send you. And that's why I say go through the credit reporting agencies. So let me see if I can let me look this up real quick. Let me see, DT, is this me? I think this is me. I'm gonna look up that specific code real quick for you guys. 6016. Because I think a lot of the times you kind of may overlook some things in there. Okay. Let me share my screen real quick with you guys. Now, can you guys see my screen? Let me know. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Dana, okay, I get a thumbs up. Everybody got thumbs up. Okay. So let me move this over. When it comes down to timing of payments, one way you can obviously attack those late payments is by letting them know and putting in your dispute letter that they did not send that statement to you. If you have not received a statement from them, it looks like 21 days before your actual due date, they are not supposed to be actually reporting that late payment whatsoever, for one. So the creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under any open-end credit I can't even talk tonight. On an open-end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose, right? Unless they provide these documents, right? So unless they provide a statement 21 days before your actual due date. And then once you click here where it says section 1637B, they also need to include other disclosures to you, not just the statement, right? They also need to include statement required with each billing cycle. Okay, well, there was a section in here that I wanted to show you guys. Okay, so right here. So once you click that, it's gonna take you to the section here, statement required with each billing cycle. So you can read through each and every of these disclosures that needs to be within that statement. You can look over your statement if you received one and make sure that they included the total amount credited to the account, right? They also need to include the finance charge, the balance, the outstanding balance, and the account at the end of the period, right? And they also need to include a written statement in the following form, minimum payment warning, right? There's a lot of regulations in place that the original creditors need to follow and mail to you. And a lot of the times, yeah, they may send you a statement. If not, if they don't, you can also get them that way. But if they do, these are things that you can look for within your statement that they don't include. You know, look at all the stuff that they need to include in your statement. I'm pretty sure they didn't include everything in here. So I would take the time to actually review timing of payments and actually click. So you can go back here. So this is again 15 US code 1666B, timing of payments. And then once you click section here, section 1637B, you scroll down and this is going to tell you everything that needs to be in the statement. Every single thing. All right. Let me see. Da-da-da-da. It is, Hannah, it's definitely easier for them for the credit reporting agencies. I actually had more luck with them than the actual original creditor for a lot of clients and myself as well. Let's see, I have a charge off with Capital One Auto Finance. Last payment was made 2 years ago. I tried settling without success. If I have been contacting them about this account, would identity theft method still work? I was still thinking about it. Wouldn't. If not, what's the best method to get it off? I would honestly start the whole disputing process over. Okay. So I would start with FTC and I wouldn't dispute it directly with Capital One. Dispute it with the actual credit reporting agency that holds that charge off with Capital One. Okay. And then make sure that you do include that FTC report. And then I would go based off, depending on what they respond next, is how I would utilize the next dispute letter. Because they may say, hey, we verified this account with Capital One. Now you're going to send another dispute letter back to them as soon as possible, as soon as you get that in the mail, because more than likely they will say that they verified this account. You're going to ask them, well, you sent me a letter in the mail on XYZ date. Let's say it was on May 8th of 2024, stating that this account was verified. Who did you speak to? At what time? Give me the exact time that you spoke to this person. What is their name, right? Give me all the details because I'm entitled to an accurate credit report. So that's how I would handle those disputes or how to respond back to those creditors. But definitely start over and do the FTC report for sure. And look, here's Michaela Dom hopping in here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Tanisha, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to correct me if I said your name wrong. You have your hand up?
Yeah, it's Ty. You can just say Ty. It's Ty
All right, I
Tanisha.
got you. Nice to meet
So,
you.
yeah, I was gonna say, so I thought online usually like waives your rights. So I think like sending letters in is more accurate. Like I thought, like
Are you asking if they're more accurate if you send them via mail?
yeah, like because I thought doing submitting disputes and stuff online kind of waives your rights.
I'm not sure. I think that's more if you plan on taking them to court or suing, but more than half the time, like I don't mail physical letters. Like I don't do that anymore. I do everything online. I do it on CFPB. So I think it's more in what you plan on like doing later down the road if they don't delete items. If you plan on taking them to court or to sue them or arbitrate, then you wouldn't want to go the route of doing the FTC method, I heard. But I'm not into that. I don't sue. I don't plan to sue. So that's another route that I don't handle. But I personally do FTC method, and I do that online through the CFPB.
Okay, and another question. So if I have like some longish mortgage people that have tried to pull my credit and hard increase, is that possible to get those removed, right? Because they're not open accounts.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, okay, and I also tried to apply for like a refinance recently with for auto loan because my car was totaled, and I still have like a balance of 15,000 that I gotta pay, still paying the note on the car that I can't drive. So if I try to dispute that, it's not best to. I have to leave it on there because it might close. I have a credit card with them.
So you have an open account with the creditor that you currently
Yeah,
owe.
Navy Federal. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm
So
paying.
if it's an open credit card and you still owe them, I'd
But
say
the auto refinance is what they pulled the hard pull for. Like they pulled my
the
credit
hard
for
increase.
auto because
So
I
then
applied for it.
I would definitely remove that.
Okay, so you won't interfere because I was watching a video and I heard Dominique them say like it may don't do it because if you have an open account with them, it may possibly close that account. So
It's
I
with
was trying to
that
be
specific.
cautious with that.
Yes,
It's what?
it's with that specific card inquiry. So if you know the date that you did the refinance on and when they pulled it, you can actually dispute that specific hard inquiry. Like they'll ask you what's the date of the hard inquiry and the name. So if you
So
did the
that should post, the date should be on my credit report, right?
yes, so that's something you can verify in your credit report.
Okay. Mm.
About disputing on their credit bureaus. Oh, yes. Okay, then put it a little higher. And if not, you can dump it in the sink. Oh, thank you. I think it's Dom or Mikkel. I never know who's on. When people say disputing online, you're living your rights. They're just talking about disputing on their credit bureau's website. See, I'm not familiar with that, but I never had to come across that issue. Thanks, Mikkel. Did anybody have any other questions? I know you guys have some good questions tonight. You know, this is a live Q&A, and I think Bria was asking a few questions on the school community, and I was hoping she was gonna hop in here tonight, but I think I'm gonna answer that for her anyways, just in case she sees the recordings on here. Let me get into the school community.
I have one more question.
Yes.
So I have an auto loan that was like from back a couple of years ago. It said it doesn't have a close date, which is an error. It needs to be removed. So I mean, was that like something that automatically removable because it don't have a close date, or
No, you would have to dispute it. That's not something, yeah, they're
it's,
gonna have, you're gonna have to manually dispute it. You could do, again, it
and then
depends.
what about a credit bridge credit loan? I have two, but like they deleted one off one credit report and it might be it's still on like my TransUnion. And then the other one is like on my experience, both of them like on my experience. So and they're reporting it's closed, charge-offs, and like one to say repossession. And this one was closed back in 2023. It can be disputed too, but I just been having a hard time getting them off.
Okay, well, you can message me because I offer the done for you credit repair services, so that's something you guys can also do. You can schedule that free credit analysis with me if you don't feel like doing it anymore. But I highly suggest what are the accounts that you need to dispute. You know what's positive, you know what's negative. It's just a matter of being organized because when it comes down to knowing what you've already submitted, you kind of want to stick to that. You don't want to do FTC and now you're factually disputing. Like that's not the route that you want to go. Like you want to know the date you submitted your dispute, to what credit bureaus, and then you also want to write down the method that you used, and then keep up with the responses for each credit bureau and what the credit reporting agency says so you know how to move forward with that response. That's how you'll start getting results. And it's not like sporadic.
Okay, because it's been a while since I tapped into this course because I got a little bit overwhelmed. But do you share like your services on here, or you need to just message you privately?
I do. I'm gonna drop the link so that way you guys have access to it. Let me see. I should have had already. Okay, hold on. No. Oh, Dom is trying to get into the room. Ooh. Oh, my bad. I don't see a request, guys. So I'll check again in a minute, I guess. Ooh, let's see. Copy. I'm going back
And I've
here.
also been receiving like letters in the mail from, I guess, Centennial Medical Center have sold the debt by now or something. Like I need to pay them from like when I went to the ER and stuff. And I've also been receiving calls, but I don't usually answer debt collector calls. But I received a letter, and I'm not sure, should I respond to the letter or?
Yeah, so if you have the Magic Eraser course, I'm gonna show you if you wanted to do this again yourself. Let me share. And Mikkel, if Dom is still trying to get in, I don't see it. It's not showing any other requests, just FYI. Let me just share my screen real quick. I'm gonna show you guys the section that you want to take a look at. Because I have the credit bull on lock. I have the Magic Eraser on lock. This is my back office. I have almost all of their products. So the section that you want to get into when you have that letter from them, like a debt collector, you're gonna scroll down. Sorry, let me know if I'm going too fast. View. Admit. Okay. Boom. I let them in. Okay, so I'm gonna go down and it's gonna be here under the alternate dispute methods, 2-week collection account removal. This is a video where they go over how to mark up those collection letters and how to send an invoice to them and the affidavit of truth. So this is the section you want to take a look at.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go through this course again because it's been a while.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't
Make
know
sure you
yet.
go
I
through
might
it.
order some.
No problem. Let me see. Okay. Did anybody else have their hand up? I think I had seen somebody's hand up. Let me stop sharing here. Hey, Tom. Ooh, girl, you're back. Are you back in business? Let me go back to here, guys. So did anybody else have any other questions? I'm looking for Bria's question that she had within the group. You just see, because I may answer somebody else's question that may ask the same. Let me see. Okay. Not showing any late payments. I believe it. Okay. So it looks like she had a question about what accounts to dispute on a credit report. So I kind of struggled with this in the beginning as well when I started my credit repair journey. So the way I definitely take a look at this is that if there is, listen, you guys need to understand that closed accounts don't factor into your credit report. So if you have a closed account sitting on your credit, right, and it shows as closed, but you paid it in good standing, I would leave that account alone. I wouldn't spend my time disputing that account because it's not doing you any good, nor is it it's not benefiting you, but it's not also not a derogatory. So I would just leave it alone. If it is a closed account with derogatories, which means if it's a closed account with late payments reporting, that's when I would take the time and actually dispute that account. Now, you wouldn't want to dispute or remove any open accounts unless they have hard increase, unless they have late payments being reported and there's multiple. If you have multiple late payments on that open account, that's when I would suggest to the client, listen, like you're gonna have to, you just delete the whole account altogether if you don't want to go the route of having them reverse those late payments, because a lot of the time, again, I'm going to emphasize it's very difficult to have them reverse. And then I would just replace that age. So let's say that that open account that you have late payments on was open back in 2012. Well, obviously, all that credit age, you know, is going to go out the window because you've had that account open since 2012. As soon as you remove it, your points can go down, but that's an easy fix because now you can sign up for credit builder accounts that are primary that don't have any age. That's why it's important for you guys to sign up for these credit builder accounts like Credit Strong, Kickoff, Rental Karma. They add credit age, okay? They add credit history. So that's something that you're definitely able to replace instead of keeping that open account with late payments on there and trying to dispute those. Go back on here. Sorry, guys, I'm letting some peeps in. Welcome, everyone. You guys, where are y'all? Y'all are no cameras up and running. Like, I want to see y'all's faces. Let's see. Close comment. Okay. Hopefully I was able to let everybody in the room here. Again, guys, this is a live Q&A. So if there's something that you guys want to learn more about or want me to do a video on.
So if I do your credit report, because I'm filling out this form right now, we can't use Experian. I have to sign up for that iScore, whatever that is.
MyScore, yeah, it's a credit monitoring system.
Do they have like a free trial?
They do. It's $1 for 7 days.
So Cause I'm trying to I gotta get my score back up. I'm trying to do some stuff. I'm trying to get a house and I'm trying to get another car. I really don't want to add this negative equity into this new auto loan, but I don't know. It's kind of hard because
That's the worst too.
I know because I didn't sign the gap form for the fucking car.
There's a lot of goals. So yes, if you're trying to get it right, just make sure you do the free credit analysis with me and then we'll go over it. I'll do the analysis with you and we'll go from there. Let's see. Hey, Kathy. I see you. I see everybody hopping on now. But yeah, if there's something that you guys want to learn, listen, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you guys want to learn about a specific method or you're confused about what to delete, let me know so that way we can do like a separate class aside from these live Q&As, and that way we can kind of like go over that together on live.
So what do you want me to do? Identity Q or IQ score? Because I see Identity Q link and I see a link for yours. What do you want me to sign up for?
So the link is on the actual website. So it'll say
My
hold
IQ, my score IQ.
Yes, but it's like linked kind of with Identity IQ. So it might have the URL with Identity IQ. But as long as it say $1 free trial for 7 days, you're good. You're in the same. Okay, let me go back here. Yes. Oh, sorry, I didn't see Reina's comment here. No problem, Reina. I know how it is. Kids can be low. Does disputing and deleting blackball us with these companies forever? I'm not sure what you mean by blackballing. Like what you mean, Reina? Because I've never had that issue. Maybe Dom and Mikkel can clarify that for you a little bit more. Depending if are you talking about FTC? Are you talking about clarify? Did you answer Nate's question about HIPAA? Ignore that link if you signed up with any. Thanks, Dom. I disputed Discover and Capital One and got cards with them less than a year later. Boom. Perfect. Evelyn, I'm not sure what Nate's question was about HIPAA. I'm like, was that in the chat? Say I got Verizon deleted with FTC, and if I want them again, will it be, oh, heck no. Some banks are like Navy Fed and Amex well. Okay, so I see what you're saying. If it's a charge off, let's say like you owe Verizon, a lot of the times, once you delete something off your credit report and you're trying to go back to them, they may, if it's still with the original creditor, they may bring it up and be like, yeah, you need to pay this balance off before we can go ahead and try getting you something else. But I've seen that more with the banks than phone companies, you know? It really depends on how lenient they are with their policy. But that's the difference. The collection is already sold with that third party, and then the charge off is actually still with the original creditor. So a lot of the times, let's say if you wanted to have like that account, like how Dom said, with Navy Fed and things like that, you may have to settle with them like directly, even though you like disputed it off your credit report. Yeah, most likely they will say no, but Verizon sucks. Dom said Verizon sucks anyways. I've never had Verizon, so good to know because I was debating it. I was debating it at some point, especially for the business line. You're welcome, Marina. Thank you. Okay, so now we're gonna go back because there was another question in here in school that I was gonna answer. If I can find it. There were some good questions in school this week, and I'm hoping I answered everybody. Let's see, comment on the post. Again, feel free, guys, to unmute yourselves if you have any questions. I'm just gonna look for these questions here, right? Guys, I'm like blind. Priya, you may have to come back to me, girl. You might have to inbox me because I cannot find your question here in school. Just FYI. Okay.
Denise, can I come on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Hi.
Denise, so this is my situation. So I have a Barclays card, well, it's my wife's card, and it is charged off, right?
Mhm.
High amount, charged off for like 25, right? But they sent it to a collection company. The collection company contacted me, but they did not, quote unquote, they didn't put it on my credit. Well, Barclays still has it on my credit. So I've done the traditional factual dispute, and then I just hit them with a 1099 request.
Mm-hmm.
Should I Metro to it? Should I just wait and do another 1099? How would you handle that particular situation with Barclays?
So if it's with the, so again, I think you might have missed like the beginning part, which is okay, but
I
I
did.
don't like to dispute with the original creditor directly. I disputed directly with the credit reporting agencies. So if the credit reporting agencies, whichever one is reporting it, then I would stick to sending that information, that 1099 form, and let them know with that dispute letter, that's the route that you're going to go. So you want to stick to that until the credit reporting agencies respond back to you. If, again, they respond back to you via mail and say, hey, we verified this account, we're not deleting it, that is when you're going to take the time to respond back to them. And that's when you're going to request, well, you know, I have rights as the consumer. This is where you start stating out those verbiage, those consumer laws. You know, who did you verify this with? At what time? Who did you speak to? I want names. You know, you kind of want to go and you want everything to be cohesive and very organized and not sporadic. So you don't want to send a Metro 2 letter today and then be impatient and then a week later send a factual dispute and then a week later send in, you know, your 1099 form. You want everything to match all across the board. So definitely wait it out.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
You know, this me with the bureaus. And let me know if that answered your question or if that was helping your situation.
No, no, that was. Can you hear me, Denise?
Yes.
Okay, no, that was the answer because I had did the traditional basically factual disputing and with the credit bureaus, and it kept coming back verified, kept coming back verified. So
Like
I
another
think I
round.
did two or three rounds of verification, but then I said, okay, well, let me ask them for the 1099 because they have really contacted us via
Mhm.
email and everything saying it's verified, as all these things. This is actually Barclays, but
Mm,
you never sent a 1099-C.
correct.
So I decided to look at it from that approach and say, let me get that 1099-C in my hands. So they got this about a week ago. So I guess I'll see how they will respond because I want to get that to the credit bureaus.
Correct. Correct. Yes. Perfect. So you're going the right route for sure.
Okay. Okay.
With that collection going. So I was just reading off of Dom's message here. Dispute with the bureaus, and then with that collection company, just use the alternate dispute method so they leave you alone, especially if they aren't on your credit report. There you go. Coach Coleman, Dom also gives
Yes.
an alternate if you want to check out the chat.
Okay.
Or don't send back to CFPB complaints like my impatient ass. Yes, I did that in the beginning too, Reina. Don't worry. Yes. Oh, nice came out nice. I love it, baby. Wait, so what does it mean if 1097 is received? So that means like you have proof that the debt was charged off. So you don't like no long like you no longer owe the debt. Thank you.
But I need to put it in the freezer.
Make sure you put it in this freezer. Okay, so is it good? Yes, if you get that, it's good. You can use that like as supporting documents for your disputes. But again, a lot of the times they may not send it to you. They may give you a really hard time about it, but you definitely can push for it. It's gonna give you like a leg up when you're submitting those disputes on the CFPB, along with your proof of address, your social security number, your driver's license, your dispute letter, and then on top of that 1099-C, it's over from there, right? I got one around tax time. Okay, so perfect. So if you still are disputing that, you can definitely utilize that. Like, hey, listen, I got this paperwork right here. Like, keep being very adamant, very strong with them. And then if you need to be, or if you need to like edit those dispute letters to be a little bit more aggressive, that's when I kind of go into ChatGPT and I let it know exactly what I wanted to say with the law verbiage, you know, with procedures and I think it was procedures. Is it procedures? I kind of asked them, ChatGPT, to create me like an aggressive dispute letter. Like I literally tell them to do that. 15 US code 1681. What was it? Guys, I still have to look this up because I do not know it at the top of my head a lot of the times. So yeah, 15 US code. So I'll tell ChatGPT, create me a dispute letter to, let's say, Merrick Bank, utilizing 15 US code 1681I and make it aggressive. And if I want to be very specific to what portion of that law, then I'll copy and paste exactly word for word what that law is and put it into ChatGPT and say, utilize this in this letter. Let's see, Kathy, a child support and collection is just disputed like any other collection. Yep, treated just like any other collection. Correct. Correct, yep. And Dom co-signed, so period. Treated just like any other collection. You guys are on fire. Let me see. Hey, okay, let me see. Anthony asks, hey, I have a 2018 charge off from Wells Fargo credit card that reports late each month on Transit and Experian. This is my only negative on my credit. I have been able to get 5 other credit cards with high limits. Should I dispute again or wait it out? I want this gone. Then you can keep disputing that because it shouldn't be, if it's a charge off, it shouldn't be reporting any payment history. You can factually dispute that account. I just want one. Yes, please. About 18 months ago, oh, sorry, I didn't read oh, look, Dom got it. Since he was about 18 months, didn't want the account to restart again. Hey, Mika. Mika, this is your time, girl. If you had any questions, and guys, you guys don't have to ask like personal credit questions. If you have any questions regarding like, oh my God, any LLCs or starting a credit repair company or business in general, like this is all an all around like live Q&A. Feel free to bounce these off.
Which package should we sign up for my Score IQ?
Which package?
Yeah, I have $9.99, $14.99, 24, a Secure Plus Pro Max.
So you want definitely the Secure Pro Max because it gives you the 3 every month for free. Like that month.
$34.99.
Yes.
And it's not offering me a free trial. I don't know.
Did you use that link previously, or did you have an account with them previously?
I think I have, like a while back. I have.
That's probably why. But if you have another preference, I just can't do it with Experian because it's not gonna be accurate. Let me see. Yes, babe.
I didn't use that email though. That's crazy.
Yeah, it might be because they're pulling it up with your social as well. Let me see. Hi, Mika. Because Mika, I think you had a question too about Reels or Instagram. Hopefully I answered your questions on that. I'll talk about you started credit repair with clients that aren't family. I love the IA, but not the confidence. Hey, well,
Hey,
listen. Listen, you have to be
my
confident.
background is a
You have to be confident. You say that you're within the CIA, so you definitely want to attend those bi-weekly CIA calls if you haven't already. Who is?
so Denise, I like with the reels and stuff, like I am not a camera person. Like I could talk, but I don't think I'd make good videos. That's my issue.
You don't think you make it like editing wise?
Yeah, like even editing wise, or even like how sometimes you just like walking back and forth and then just put a video over it. For some reason, I think my videos look like messed up. I don't know if you ever been on my page, but I just don't like them. They
Listen,
don't come out right.
you have to play around with the Instagram editor because I don't use any other editing platform. I just use Instagram. So we can definitely like I said, I'll help y'all get together with you and then we can take a look at it together. And I'll give you like some tips that I learned along the way. But you definitely, whether you like them, you don't have to perfect them. Just get them out there so that way people can start seeing you and they're gonna see your progress. You're not gonna be perfect. You don't want to hold on to your content because you're not marketing to anybody. And you want to make sure that you're marketing that way you're starting to get some type of leads. They're gonna see the value. So it's all about the value, not the quality, as of just yet when you're first starting.
I do have a lot of posts though. I think I have almost like 100 and something posts. So I do
Good.
post out there. It's just that I'm not getting anything. And I do the as Malika said, you know, follow who have the content, but I haven't been getting any follow back, but I've been following a lot of people. So, and then yesterday he said how everything has been slowing down for IG. So maybe I have to go live on IG because I only go live on TikTok. So maybe I have to just go live on IG at least twice a week to offset that.
Yes, it was really slow for me at some point in time. I kept posting. At one point, I'm like, dang, like I'm putting out some fire content out here and it's still slow, it's dry, I'm not getting any leads, but it's definitely a uphill battle. Like you just have to keep trucking until it starts getting better, but that doesn't mean you slow down, you just got to keep up the pace. But I can definitely like I said, audit it for you, let you know what I would do differently, like on your profile and what you could do. Let me see, talking about your starting whenever. I'm just going through the questions because you guys are shooting them in here. Reina, talk about how you started credit repair with clients that aren't family. So I had everything set because I set everything up on the back end on the credit repair with Go High Level with Dom and Mikkel with the CIA. So once I started getting clients, I followed everything to the T. So I started doing my credit analyses. I record those so that way they are following along with me. So we're gonna have to touch base just so we can get you on the right track. If you haven't scheduled that kickoff call with me, that way we can see where you're at. Make sure to do so. I'll make sure that you're tagged in the CIA if we haven't. Let me see. So CFPB hasn't been very helpful for me. Any advice on that? Let me see. When it comes down to the CFPB, are you saying that they're closing your disputes, Mika? Or are you not getting any responses back? Like, what do you mean that
They're closing. They're closing all of them, and I will go back and I'll redispute like maybe a month or two later, and still nothing.
So are the credit reporting agencies, are they responding and then they're closing it, or they're just automatically closing it off the bat?
They responded and then they close it, and then I will respond to their respond, and they still didn't respond to that.
Yeah, so are you submitting those documents, those supporting documents along with your dispute
Yes,
letter
ma'am.
in FTC?
Everything.
Okay,
I follow
that
the CIA to the T.
perfect. So what you're gonna, if that's what's gonna happen. I have multiple complaints that get closed out. A lot of the times you're gonna have to keep disputing it that way unless you want to physically mail in letters. But the fact that you're getting responses from the credit reporting agencies, you just have to keep submitting it with a new dispute. You want to put in a new dispute. Don't put in the same information. Let me show you real quick. Let me log in first. I'm going to show you what I do. Listen, I'm going to show you what I do if I submitted a CFPB dispute for myself or for a client, and I'm resubmitting it again because they have different prompts in here that you could utilize. You guys want to make sure you read through the options that you guys have to resonate with your current situation. So once I'm logged in here, I think it's logged in. Let me see. Okay, start new complaint. Okay. Let me share screen. Okay. So let me move this camera out of the way. So once I'm redisputing again, let's say that I submitted a dispute, it came back as verified or they closed the dispute, right? So I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to put credit reporting again for the second option on the CFPB. We're going to click next. Perfect. Thank you. And then you're going to click, this is where I would read everything thoroughly because at this point, this is where I'm going to click problem with the company's investigation into an existing problem. It's an existing problem because I already let you know about this dispute. I'm disputing this again. So it's an existing problem, which best describes your problem. I'm going to say that their investigation did not fix an error on your report, right? Because they didn't fix it. They just closed it out or they verified the account. They didn't fix it. They also have other options. Let's say you submitted a dispute and they took longer than 30 days. You can also click that box here. Or you weren't notified of the investigation status of results. You can also click that box. But I typically check the third box where it says that they did not fix the error. Have you already tried to fix this problem with the company? I say yes. Did you request information from the company? Yes. Did the company provide this information? No. This box is optional, so I never fill it out. And then this is where you would put see attached and you write your statement here. You always want to switch it up. You want to refer back to the Magic Eraser course, but I would make it very, I wouldn't say generic. You kind of want to make sure that it, again, resonates with your current situation. You know, say I have rights as a consumer. This is my second attempt, you know, sending you the supporting documents to get this item removed due to identity theft or however you're disputing this, right? And then this is where you're going to attach those files again, which is your FTC, if you're doing that route, FTC, your dispute letter, your proof of address, your social security number, and your driver's license. And then you would submit it that way. So that is how I handle those.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me see. I would say, dang, I thought I wasn't sharing my screen this whole time. Watch these revelations. Okay, let's see. Anthony. Oh, okay. Dom already answered that. I have to go down. Girl, I'm slacking. I'm off next week. So yes, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, check this with ChatGPT. This might work for charged off 1090C. A charge off is canceled debt. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that, Empress, for putting that in here for everyone to be able to utilize. Okay, late payments using 1666B. Do we go after creditor with the letter or go after the 3 credit bureaus through the CFPB? I would dispute this with the 3 credit bureaus. I don't like to go directly with the original creditor. Good night, Mikkel. And they're out. So yeah, I definitely would go that route with the credit reporting agencies because they're the ones who actually don't take the time to investigate, and that's how we're able to utilize that. Is FTC best method for charge-offs? I'd say if I want something off my credit report, even though I know, remember guys, if something is deleted off your credit report, that does not mean that the charge or the debt is discharged. So you still owe it. If you don't want it on your credit report, I personally like to use FTC method to get that removed. So yes, you can use that method as well. Thank you. Did anybody else have any questions? They're crispy. I appreciate everybody that hopped on tonight. If no one else has any questions, make sure to post within the school community. That way I can get back to you, or anybody within the community had the same experience, they can be able to answer that for you. Hold on, let me see. Can you explain FTC method for a charge off? Let me see, how can we reach you? So you guys are able to, let me drop, because I believe, so if you need to schedule a free credit analysis, Analia, relax. I'm scrolling up here. Let me see. Okay, so if you guys need to schedule a free credit analysis with me, you can go ahead and schedule here at this link. And then I'm also gonna drop down my Instagram so you guys can follow me there. You guys can reach me if you're not in the school community. I am an admin within the Facebook community as well. So I am messaging mostly everyone off there. And then I'm also gonna go over, I guess, that FTC method. Let me just pull this up. Copy. How do I get back to Zoom? Here we go. And then this is my Instagram, guys, so you guys can make sure you do that. So FTC method, so so that portion where it actually asks you what are the negative accounts that you're listing, right? I'm wondering if, am I able to, I won't be able to pull that. Can I? So follow with me. So if you're able to list your negative accounts, right? You know that you can only list up to 5 negative accounts on one FTC report. So once you're filling out the FTC report, you're just going to put the name of the charge off of the person, right? Name of the company or name of the person. You're going to list the charge off on there as well. So you're going to list it with those negative accounts. If the charge off is the only one that's reporting that you want disputed and it's going to be the only thing on your FTC report, you're just going to list that one account. Okay. And you're going to say that again, you looked over your credit report in the personal statement box. You're going to put, you looked over your credit report. You notice that you have some unauthorized accounts on there that you're not aware of. This is affecting you. It's giving you emotional distress. You can't buy a home. And that's how you would go about with doing that personal dispute. You want to be very open and honest. Even though you're not honest, that's not for me to know. But make that story sound good. You put that in the personal dispute box. Let me know if that helps, Mr. Coleman. And then if not, I'm gonna try. Are you in the school community? If not, let me know and I'll try to, what's wrong?
I am in the school community. Do you want me to reach out to you that way? Because I got a
So what
couple
I'll
things I
do,
want to share with you.
yes, you can reach out to me there and then let me know so that way I'll just do a video. I'll do a video, I'll record that process and I'll post it in the school community. Maybe. Put it on the other side. Other side. Okay, baby, put it on the other side. So perfect. Okay. So if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm gonna call it a night. I hope you guys have a beautiful night with your families, and I hope you guys have a great disputing process. And if you have any questions, again, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm trying to make this process as simple as possible for you guys and share some gems with y'all. So thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Empress. Night, y'all.